I see you now, my darling kid. I can see the questions you've been whispering, while no one else was there to hear them, and the weight you've been carrying in the silent corners of your heart. Even the prayers for which you lack the necessary words have been heard by me. I have been directing your steps, organizing the invisible, and working in ways you couldn't track down, so that your heart would be prepared to accept what I'm going to say right now. You haven't just happened to wander into this moment. You've been looking for solutions in a lot of different areas, including other people's opinions, reason, and plans that you may influence. However, I have been calling you to a new level of understanding, the sort that resides in the profound silence of your soul, not the kind that is supported by reasons and evidence. It is the same knowledge that assured you that you were not alone, even throughout your worst moments. Even when everyone else thought a course was right for you, that same knowledge told you it wasn't. This goes beyond instinct. This estimate is more than accurate. My spirit is communicating to you via this. Indeed, angels have walked by your side, uttering what you believed to be your own thoughts, directing you toward benefits you weren't even aware to ask for, and guiding you away from obstacles you weren't aware existed. You believed you were just fortunate in some of your life's near misses. God knows, nevertheless, it was my hand I let go of certain relationships you hoped would work out, not to harm you, but to free you from bonds that would have imprisoned your spirit. You wept over certain doors as they closed, but I knew that if you had gone through them, you would have entered storms that were designed to destroy you. I haven't been keeping anything positive from you. I have been protecting you from fake goods that would have ruined your soul. Despite their attractive appearance, my child, walk boldly in faith and love with your super Thanksgiving $2. Let the truth of my word reach those who long for the light. Join me in this divine mission to heal and uplift. Click on the super Thanksgiving button and be enveloped in my grace now, and listen to this message further. You are now entering a time when your discernment will be more important than ever. This is meant to prepare you, not to frighten you, because there will be options, voices, and chances in front of you that may all sound tempting, but not all of them will come from me. The adversary will not show up with a crimson face and horns because he knows you are on the verge of a breakthrough. He will emerge in gentle whispers, in offers that seem generous, in invites that seem secure. However, you must not overlook the wrongness in the air or the disruption of your tranquility. For this reason, I have been teaching your soul to hear more deeply than your eyes or ears can. Now that you have a deeper radar, you have a holy sensitivity that will sense when anything is off. Additionally, don't ignore it when you feel it. My sheep recognize my voice, but they won't follow a stranger. Some of the difficulties that lie ahead could seem to be threatening. Your relationships, your stability, or even your money. but listen if you remain near me. None of them will kill you. People may change, economies may falter, and the globe may tremble, but my dominion will remain unaffected. Your allowance isn't tied to a salary. My word serves as its anchor. The way someone treats you does not determine your value. My cross serves as its anchor. Angels have been entrusted to you to guard your journey, as well as your physical safety. Some of them have defended your wealth, your well-being, and your tranquility, while fighting in invisible worlds. Do you believe that some of the losses you feared never materialized are just coincidences? Know your angels were preventing strikes from reaching the ground. The skies are rumbling above your life even now. The adversary has been trying to influence you, to get you to question yourself, and to force you to make snap judgments. However, I prayed for you to have unwavering faith. You'll emerge from this season stronger than when you started. Fear does not call you to action. By revelation, you are called to move. Furthermore, revelation might occasionally arrive in the form of an inexplicable whisper, rather than a booming trumpet. Even if you may not always be able to defend your choices to other people, you will have peace, and peace is your blessing. Your life is now changing, and certainly some people may find it unpleasant. Your decisions won't be understood by everyone. Some people could believe that you're abandoning what's safe. However, keep in mind that risk in the appropriate setting is less harmful than safety in the wrong one. Instead of remaining in the known without me, I would rather that you go into the unknown with me. In the future, you will have to decide between obedience and convenience. And whenever you do, always choose compliance. Although it may cost you now, the benefits will last forever. No resume can open doors as your obedience can. Your obedience will eliminate the connections that were quietly draining you, and maintain those that are worth retaining. Discernment will be your currency as you enter this new phase. It will be more important than opportunity, more precious than skill, and more protective than security measures. Because the voice you choose to follow will determine whether you succeed or fail. In the next season, I'm making you more conscious, what your intellect hasn't yet caught up to. Your soul will start to perceive. You will understand heavenly appointments before they come, danger before it appears, and falsehood before it speaks. You will be attracted away from those whose words are pleasant, but whose intentions are bitter, and drawn to those whose hearts are fragrant with my scent. And I don't want you to argue with yourself about these things until you've convinced yourself of what I showed you, what I have taught you to hear. I want you to believe because your vocation requires it. Heaven is investing in your clarity. If this is happening in your heart right now, type "Lord, sharpen my discernment" in the comments section. Even if the path ahead won't always be easy, You won't have to do it alone. My kid, in the following season, the same angels that have accompanied you will be ahead of you. They will set up chambers you were unaware existed. They will shut doors that you were unaware were traps. They will act as a barrier around your steps. However, you also need to protect your inner gates. Be mindful of what you let into your heart, ears and eyes. Not everything that seems innocuous is really innocuous. You don't have to join every discussion. Your yes is not required for every chance. Your hearing will improve the more you safeguard your heart. I am now mending aspects of you that you were unaware were still sensitive. I'm smearing old scars that caused you to doubt your ability to trust others. Again, I'm helping you trust me again, not other people. And I'll bring reliable folks into your life. From that safe haven, I have to make you unbreakable first, however. There have been times when you felt unnoticed. However, you were unaware that I was keeping you hidden from the wrong people throughout those seasons. They would have attempted to mold you into their image, rather than mine if they had seen you too soon. However, your period of concealment is coming to an end, and you will be exposed for the right reason, in the right setting, and in front of the right people. My dear, you are not standing there alone, yourself in that silence, because my spirit is securing you, and my angels are around you. You are able to maintain such composure in the face of such trickery. They are standing next to you, invisible to the naked sight, yet completely their presence, acting as an imperceptible barrier against the environment. They protect not only your physical safety, but also the integrity of your heart, the purity of your mission, and the clarity of your vision. You win this kind of conflict by being true to who I have called you to be, not by using more incisive language or making louder arguments. You don't have to provide evidence. All you have to do is carry it, and the falsehoods that surround you finally crumble under your own weight when you bear it. No one can take you away from your peaceful spot once you are rooted in me, which is why I have been teaching you to live from the inside out. In the days to come, you will encounter more of these situations, not because I want you to, but rather because the clarity I have bestowed upon you will be noticeable in a world where uncertainty is the norm. To check whether you are as genuine as you seem, some would attempt to get you into their games. Some may grin as they approach you, but their intentions are unrelated to truth or love. Discrimination becomes your lifeline at this point. Don't be shocked if people you believed you could trust start to push your limits. Not everyone will be driven by hate. Some may be motivated by personal trauma. Keep in mind that you are here to disclose your tone, not to match theirs. You are here to lead them to a higher level by setting an example, not to win their game. When you need to speak, my angels will provide the words. When silence is more effective than words, they will hold you back. Silence is often the greatest statement of power in the kingdom, so don't interpret it as weakness. Indeed, there will be occasions when the adversary will want to take advantage of these conflicts in order to weaken you, make you feel alone, and so doubt about your own judgment. Perhaps you misunderstood. He may murmur, perhaps you're overanalyzing this. But you'll know when I'm asking you to do anything, because I'll keep you at ease, even if you're uncomfortable. If there is calm, listen. It is a signal to observe. Take a step back and pray. These same spiritual ideas will apply while making choices about finances, relationships, and even careers. On the surface, a bargain could seem good, but trust that it will leave you feeling uneasy. Despite their seeming warmth, friendships often force you to make concessions. Be mindful of this. These emotions are not arbitrary. Rather, they represent my spirit's guidance. Too many of my kids have disregarded these reminders and ended up in needless suffering. That is not what I want for you. In the next season, I will put you in circumstances where you will see intentions being revealed in real time to help you become more adept at navigating without losing your compassion, not to make you cynical. You will see the enemy's plots as well as the silent, selfless love of those who really follow me. You'll discover the difference between those who support you and those who flatter you. If this is reaching your heart, type "Lord, anchor me in truth" in the comments section. And don't feel sad as if you've lost something valuable when you leave someone whose intentions don't coincide with your own. You have been spared, not defeated. Now every no I offer you makes room for the yes that will best serve your goals. By cutting off any bad connections, I'm creating space for those who will support you rather than oppose you. I care too much about the integrity of your vocation to let it to be compromised by dishonesty. My angels will thus walk in front of you rather than just by your side. Before you get there, they will enter rooms, move things that need to be moved, reveal things that need to be seen, and take out traps. Before you ever realize they were there, I am asking you to follow my guidance, even when you are unable to explain it to others, to trust me on a level you have never had to before. You won't always be able to explain your choices to others, and that's all right. Your submission is to me, not to win their favor. With my spirit inside you, my angels around you, and my truth in front of you, this is how you and I shall proceed. And as we do, you will stay unharmed in the middle of my peace as the enemy's schemes crumble at your feet. And you'll see things start to change as we continue to walk my kid. People who had previously attempted to test you will begin to avoid you, not because you used harsh language, but rather because your inner light is now too strong for their shadows to conceal. The truth you possess emanates from your own being and is not limited to your words. Just by being there, it disturbs deceit. You don't need to look for hidden motivations, because when you remain with me, they will eventually come to light. For this reason, I'm warning you not to hurry into exposing or proving anything. The truth is self-evident and does not need haste. I am the one who will reveal all that has been concealed, and I will do it when the time is right. It is your responsibility to be calm, unshaken, and open to following my Spirit's guidance. When it is appropriate to speak, and when it is best to keep quiet, in the months to come you will have to make choices that will affect you for a long time. These choices might have to do with your own journey, relationships, or money. They could even seem urgent, as if you need to make a decision immediately. But now I tell you, hold on. Allow tranquility to guide your choices. The choice is not yet ready. If there is no calm to get you to go somewhere, I didn't call you. The adversary will attempt to instill a sense of false urgency. However, my guidance is always accompanied by clarity rather than confusion. Some of these decisions will include well-meaning individuals who are not suited to walk in your shoes, even though they may not be malevolent. They lack the strength to carry the burden of your calling. Additionally, if you bind yourself to them out of guilt or a fear of failing them, you will be hindered by needless obligations. I am relieving you, my kid, of the burden of making everyone comfortable. You are supposed to be mine, not to be everyone else's anchor. Indeed, tests that use your resources will also be included. There could be times when you feel like you don't have enough money, or when possibilities appear to be coming later than you would want. These times should not be interpreted as desertion. Frequently, these are instances of divine rerouting in order to teach you that your supply originated with me and never came from that source in the first place. I may shut one source, even if it doesn't make sense on paper. I will support you, since my kingdom economy is not constrained by worldly institutions. Keep in mind that the angels I have given you are active. They actively participate in the course of your destiny, rather than passively waiting for things to go wrong. They will have arranged for some of the contacts you are going to meet to be heavenly appointments. They will provide you access to opportunities that no resume could get. They'll guard your feet from roots that would have sapped your soul. Additionally, they will whisper cautions into your soul that you should not disregard. Your love and support mean everything to us as we continue sharing God's message of hope, faith, and blessings. If this message has touched your heart, we humbly invite you to show your gratitude by giving at least $11. Super thanks are your choice each month. Whoever can give super thanks, please give as much as possible. And whoever cannot, please try to read this message completely. Your generosity helps us create more uplifting content that inspires souls and brings people closer to God. By clicking the Super Thanks button below, you're not just supporting our work, you're becoming a part of this divine mission to spread God's love to those who need it most. Thank you for your kindness. Stay blessed, stay joyful, and may God's grace always be with you. You should also be aware that not everyone will be happy. When your judgment improves, it will make some feel vulnerable. They can mistake your distance for pride and your clarity for judgment. But you can't let their misinterpretation make you less determined. I have asked you to be true to me, not to be understood by everyone. And keep in mind that I have not abandoned you. In the face of storms which they will undoubtedly bring, my angels are your guardians. My peace is your shield. And I have put my word in your lips as a weapon. Not only will you endure the strain, but you will come out stronger and more confident in my voice. Indeed, some of the very storms that the adversary will hurl your way will simply help to validate what I have said about your life. What he intended for damage, I will transform into incontrovertible proof of my loyalty. When you reflect on particular hardships, you'll realize that what you once believed would shatter you turned out to be evidence that I was always there for you. So keep your eyes open and your soul focused on me as you go ahead. It will need more listening in the days ahead, not more trying. You won't ever fall into a trap. If you can hear me clearly, you won't ever be without provision. If you can completely trust me, and you will always have my presence. If you have a pure heart before me, I'll continue talking, I'll continue to lead. Additionally, I will continue to surround you with angels who will fight wars you are unaware are being waged. I just ask that you stay close to me, because as long as you are close to me, no need will devour you, no fear will define you, and no deceit will overcome you. One thing you need to realize about the journey you are now on, my darling, is that it is a road of alignment, rather than just blessings. This implies that there will be times when people are receiving and letting go, when doors open and close, and when connections flourish and fail. These changes indicate accuracy rather than instability. I'm clearing out the things that don't contribute to your destiny and setting you up for success. You have been pleading with me for signs, guidance, and clarity. Additionally, I am responding to you, but not necessarily in the manner you anticipate. Sometimes I respond with a lack of tranquility rather than an open door. Sometimes my response isn't as simple, yes, but rather the abrupt breakdown of what you believe to be safe. When your soul tightens and you feel like an unseen hand is dragging you away from something that seems nice, my kid, pay attention. I am that. My spirit is protecting you from damage that is not yet visible. I am aware that you have sometimes questioned If you were dreaming, you have the notion perhaps I'm being overly suspicious. Perhaps I'm reading too much into it. But in my kids, what the world refers to as paranoia is often the whisper of discernment. You see, there are things that your natural eyes cannot pick up on, including talks you were not supposed to hear, hidden agendas, and adversary plans that are being developed behind closed doors, because I have given you a different sight, the sight of the Spirit. You are able to perceive these things, even if your physical eyes cannot see them. And there are others who are also observing. I have sent angels to walk with you, and they are also watching in the backdrop. They can see the invisible players. Before the trap is laid, they notice it. They see the plans developing before your opponent has had a chance to completely process the idea. And my angels are often the ones putting that check in your spirit when you experience that unexpected call, that want to hold off, or that reluctance before committing. Yes, I am aware that you sometimes feel as if there is an invisible battle going on in your life. It's not a coincidence that you feel suddenly heavy during a discussion, that peculiar tension when nothing noticeable has been spoken, or that abrupt fatigue after spending time with particular individuals. They are your soul's ability to sense intents and moods. I refer to you as tuned, yet the world could say you're too sensitive. Lies will always seem dissonant to you because you have been tuned to the frequency of truth. Additionally, you will benefit from this tuning in areas other than relationships. It will direct your financial, professional, and personal choices. Even if a business agreement seems perfect on paper, pay attention if it makes you feel down. Even if a job offer offers more money, you should still take a moment to consider it. If you see a slight distance from me in the workplace, your discernment is given to you so that you might walk in safety, knowledge, and in accordance with my perfect will, not so that you can win disputes. However, realize that having this degree of judgment won't always make life simpler. My kid, in reality, will sometimes make life more lonely. When you say no to something that seems like an obvious yes, not everyone will understand why. The threat you see may not be apparent to others. They could believe you are ungrateful or too cautious. However, I have invited you to follow the guidance of my spirit, not to live by the opinions of others. There will be challenging times along the way. There may not be warning labels on some of these tests. They will be clothed in opportunity, presented in camaraderie, and wrapped in generosity. However, if you listen to my speech, you will be able to spot instances in which the contents do not fit the wrapper. You'll sense it in the air, see it in the way your tranquility changes, and hear it in the whispering of my spirit. Not this. Not right now. There may be times in your financial life when you have to decide between doing what is right and doing what is easy. It may be tempting to accept proposals that would temporarily reduce pressure, to compromise or to take shortcuts. However, these shortcuts often have entangled threads. It could take time to go my way, but you won't ever have to compromise your morals. And God notices when you put integrity ahead of short-term profit. After that, the angels tasked with providing for you are liberated to provide what you need from unexpected sources. Relationship-wise, you could discover that some folks can't cope with your newfound insight. They could withdraw without giving a reason. They could quit phoning, inviting, and interacting. Consider this heavenly shifting rather than rejection. Some people are unable to accompany you on your trip, not because they are bad, but rather because their ideals, speed or concentration, do not match the task I have given you. Trust that I will send those who will run with you with pure hearts, and let them depart in peace. It's also important to remember that amid these changes, the adversary will attempt to plant seeds of offense in your heart. He'll attempt to make you think about what was said, how you were misinterpreted, and the occasions you were ignored. However offensive is a trap, it wears you out, distorts your hearing, and distracts you. Don't do it, kid. Don't allow your adversary to take your attention. Don't lose sight of me. Your time will become more important than ever. Throughout the next season, I'll start to pull you away from pointless diversions, pointless debates, and flimsy amusement. I am bringing you into a season of profound fruitfulness, and you cannot produce this fruit while dividing your focus all the time. This is not because I wish to take pleasure away from your life. Your time will be protected by my angels. They will guide you to areas where your soul can breathe, encourage you to leave settings that drain you, and nudge you when a discussion is no longer beneficial to your spirit. Indeed, my dear, there will be times when you feel overburdened, when the voices around you seem louder than your own, and when your own feelings seem confused. But keep in mind that I am not far away at such times. I'm close, my spirit continues to communicate. My angels continue to move. And even in the midst of a storm, you may find the same serenity that comes from praying quietly. You may soon find yourself standing somewhere and realizing that nothing that previously rocked you has the same force now. You'll recall the evenings you spent crying over things you can now ignore with composure. You'll notice that circumstances that used to make you anxious are now greeted with a strong sense of confidence. This is because you become anchored, not because life became easier. When the ground underneath you seemed shaky, you learned to trust in what I said. When every other voice was vying for your attention, you discovered how to hear me. You came to believe that my hand was still supporting you even when you couldn't see it. It is not for nothing that you have been going through these seasons. You have been shaped into a person who's unaffected by transient things, by every lesson, every hold-up, and every door that has been closed. I'm contacting you now to enter into a more intimate connection with me. I will lead you step by step, and the angels assigned to your life will walk with you, protecting you from things that must never touch you, opening what must be opened, and shutting what must be closed. I am aware that you are not yet able to see what is ahead. Beyond your present vista lie benefits, difficulties, and divine crossings. You may trust me without knowing every aspect. All you have to keep in mind is that I am here for you. I'm with you. You are not being sent into anything by yourself. Hold tight to your tranquility, my dear. Preserve it like you would a treasure. As with a compass, follow it. If there is still peace, go on with courage. When peace retreats, stop and pay attention, and know that if you follow my guidance, you will end up just where you were supposed to be, safe, taken care of, and totally encircled by my presence. Now get up and live according to this fact. My love won't change even if the world does. My hand won't let you go. I'll keep my word. Eternally adored, eternally chosen, forever kept, you are mine, and it will never be altered by anything on earth or in heaven. Please subscribe to support our channel and turn on bell notification.